You can take it right away. You can
All
take it
right.
right away from me. Yes, let's go. Let's go.
All right. Good evening, guys. Trust you're all doing great. Hope our weekend is going perfectly well. So today we'll be talking about I'll be analyzing DXY, EURUSD, and GBPUSD. Basically, these are the pairs that I trade. In forex, you need to keep things simple for you to thrive in this industry. You need to keep things simple for you to thrive. That's why I just have these two pairs. I'm trading Euro USD and GBP USD. Then the DXY is to know the strength of dollar, if dollar is going to be strong or if dollar is going to be weak. So without wasting much of our time, I'll be going straight to action. I'll be sharing my screen and I will show you guys from last week analysis we did on GBP USD, Euro USD, and DXY. They actually went according to our directions. Actually went according to our direction. So I'll be sharing my screen right now. I'll be sharing my screen right now. Okay, just all right. Hope you all can see my screen, right? You all can see my screen.
Yes, we can see your
We
screen.
can see. We can see your screen.
Oh, okay. All right. So let's go straight to action. This is dollar index DXY. Now I have to remove all these things. I have to remove all. Now from the monthly time frame on DXY. What's wrong? Ah, okay. So from the DXY, this is the monthly chart on DXY. So I can see this monthly FVG here. I can see this monthly FVG. Our price already tapped into. Our price already tapped into. So using the PD array, you can see we are still in premium zone. So I would like price to break this 50% of this PD array, this monthly PD array, before I should expect anything about or concerning sales on the dollar index. So let's go down to the weekly and see what we have on the weekly. So from the weekly, I see this buy stop liquidity here, weekly buy stop liquidity here. This should be our drawn liquidity, our strong weekly drawn liquidity here. Yeah, our strong weekly drawn liquidity. So zooming closely, I can see this draw here, this buy stop liquidity here. And last week we said we expected price to tap into this weekly FVG here, which price did. Price actually reacted to it and closed above it and closed above the weekly FVG and closed above the weekly FVG, which is still giving me signs to the upside because of this strong drawn liquidity here. How can I remove this thing, please? Because of this strong drawn liquidity here. So let's go to the daily and see what we are going to see on the daily. So from the daily, see this sell-off liquidity being taken out. Sell-off liquidity being Can you hear me? Okay. So from the weekly, last week I said that price is going to react to this weekly FVG here. It actually happened. Price reacted to this weekly FVG and closing below it. Price reacted to this weekly FVG and closed below it. But something happened last week. Something happened last week and I was expecting this drop. So from the daily now, price took out, let me remove all this thing. Price took out this buy stop liquidity. From the daily, price took out this buy stop liquidity and gave us an aggressive move to the upside from 4 hours if you're using a lower time frame. Then price reacted to this daily order block here. Price reacted to this daily order block here before the move. Now on Friday, I saw this, on Friday, I saw this daily FVG here, which price already reacted to and closed below it. And closed below this, our daily FVG. Close below this, our daily FVG. I have to level this. Daily FVG. This daily FVG. Now, from the weekly, my external drawn liquidity, from the weekly, my external drawn liquidity is this low? Is this low here? And this weekly strong drawn liquidity here. So Euro DXY is just a vice versa of Euro USD is just a vice versa of the DXY. Just a vice versa of the DXY. So I have this weekly strong DOL here. Weekly strong DOL. I have this weekly strong DOL. This should come at the bottom. So going to the daily, everything looks nice from the daily. Now let's see what we'll have for the intraday. So from the 4 hours, I'm expecting the continuation from here to drop down, or price should play this fair value gap here. Or price should play this fair value gap here to continue the down movement. Let's label this for our FVG. So I'm expecting this to happen on Euro USD this coming week. I'm expecting this to happen on Euro USD this coming week. The price to continue selling from this daily fair value gap, or if this daily fair value gap fails to hold price, price should use this 4-hour fair value gap. Now, mind you, whenever price gets to this my fair value gap, I don't just sell immediately. I'll have to wait for a confirmation of lower time frame liquidity grab plus market structure shift plus FVG or order block, or I'll have to wait for a swing failure to happen before I go into any of the trades, before I press my sell button or my buy button. Now let's see what we have on the GBPUSD. GBPUSD. So I have to remove all this. How can I remove this drawing here now? Someone drawn on the screen. So I have this strong weekly drawn liquidity here. This strong weekly drawn liquidity. The price respected our weekly fair value gap. closed below it. Close below it. So from the daily, let's see what we have on the daily. Now from the daily, so I have to remove this. Let's get our intraday setup. So from the daily, this happened. The daily fair value gap, price reacted to it. This was our first sale on Tuesday. I posted it. It was our first sale on Tuesday. Now, yesterday, price came back to the daily fair value gap again and respected it. I respected it. So I'm looking for price to drop down to this intraday strong draw on liquidity here. This is our sell stop liquidity. Sell stop liquidity here. And let's see what we have on the 4 hours. So 4 hours, everything is looking absolutely nice from the 4 hours. Want a continuation. Want a continuation from this. Let's keep drawing down. So because the higher the time frame, the stronger the zone. If you're using order block or fair value gap, the higher the time frame, the stronger the zone. So I'm hoping that this daily fair value gap is going to hold price, to continue pushing price to the downside until we take out this sell stop liquidity here, all the way down to this weekly strong DOL here. Okay. All the way down to this weekly strong DOL here. So that is what I'm expecting on GBPUSD, EURUSD, and the DXY. That's what I'm expecting to happen on GBPUSD, EURUSD, and the DXY. So, okay. Thank you. Annotation, annotate, eraser. Thank you. So if you have any question, feel free to ask your questions. These are my own bias. It's always an open bias. It's always an open bias. This is what I think will happen on GBP USD, Euro USD, and the dollar index. So if you have any question, feel free to ask your questions. Or if there is something I say you don't understand, feel free to call me back, then I will explain well for you to understand. Can you guys hear me?
Loud and clear.
All right. So I'm waiting for your questions. I'm waiting for your questions. That means you all understood what I said. Nice one. Nice one. Okay, let's do a little. Okay, someone just asked the question now. Which time frame should we expect the confirmation for the sell? Basically, I prefer using 5 minutes for my entry confirmation. 5 minutes. 5 minutes is my entry confirmation, sir. So I will look out to see these confirmations happen on the 5 minutes before I sell. See it happen on the 5 minutes before I sell. I hope I've answered your question. Okay. All right. All right. Another question. You're welcome. 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 So let's do a little review. Let's do a little review. So I will show you um okay. Now this analysis was last week. GBPUSD last week. So this is how it played out. This was the first sell on Tuesday. This is the Tuesday sell. Let's see. GBPUSD. Let's go down to the daily. So this is the first sell on Tuesday, GBPUSD. This is it. Now looking at the DXY, this was DXY before. Price make use of this sell stop liquidity here. And this is how it played out. So all the analysis I'm doing, I trade all the analysis I'm doing. I'm still waiting for your questions, guys. So drop your questions on the chat box. Drop your questions on the chat box. So another thing you need to know as a beginner, yeah, I forgot. In the coming week, this week is NFP. So anything you're doing, you have to be very, very careful. You have to be very, very careful because this week is NFP. Now let's see the news we have. On Monday, we have German CPI, Spanish CPI. Wow, 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 wow. There will be tons of volatility in the market this week. Tons of volatility in the market this week. So if you're trading, you just have to be careful. Just have to be careful. On Wednesday, we have ADP, non-farm employment change. And on Thursday, we have Bank of England monetary policy, probably interest rates. Then on Friday, we have NFP. So I'm expecting the market to move very, very well this week because this news here, we have volatilities. So I'm expecting the market to move very well this week. So we have another question. Let's see. Does this NFP needs more highlights? I've lost much from that news. How do we analyze like if the news is positive or negative? Okay, now let's do this. Now let's do this way. If the news is positive, if the news is positive, USD pairs or USD XSS will buy and XSS USD will sell. And if the news is negative news, USD XSX sell, will sell, and XXX USD will buy. You will buy. So this is basically the simple way to trade the news. Let's take for example that the NFP came out positive. That means that dollar is strong, which means dollar is going to buy.
and dollar USD CAD, USD JPY, USD CHF is going to buy, and pairs like Euro USD, GBP USD, AUD USD you sell. Then if the news is negative, USD CAD, USD JPY, USD CHF, all USD pairs you sell, which means that USD currency, that the dollar is weak. And pairs like Euro USD, GBP USD, AUD USD will buy. Do you understand? So this is basically the simple way to trade the news. This is basically the simple way to trade the news. And there are other things you need to put into consideration. But you just have to go and backtest this first before you try it out on your live account. So do you have any other question? So do you have, okay. What is your entry confirmation? My entry confirmation is, I just have to draw it. So here I have the lower time frame liquidity graph here, or you can call it stop hunt. Lower time frame stop hunt, a market structure shift, and fair value gap somewhere here, and fair value gap somewhere here. Then I sell from here and put my stop loss. Put my stop loss just above this high. Above this high and target the recent low. So this is basically how I enter my trades. These are the things I need to see before I enter any of my trade. I prefer using this because this gives me more confidence. Reason being that this liquidity here is being taken out. There is a market structure shift. Then moving from the uptrend to the downtrend now. Then return to the fair value gap or return to other block. I hope I've answered your question. I hope I've answered your question. All right, you're welcome. So I think I will have to end here. I've already analyzed Euro USD, GBP USD, and the dollar index. So see you guys next week. I'll be handing over to my boss now. Boss lady.
Super excited. Thank you so much, Xavier, for everything that you do for this community. We love you. We super celebrate you. Guys, let's celebrate greatness. If you know you enjoyed the call and Xavier did justice to the weekly analysis, please drop in the chat box, drop a 111. Let's see the 111 coming in. And if you want Xavier to be on the call next week, doing same thing, analyzing the market, showing us his own bias on how the market is expected to react, guys, let's drop in the chat box 111. Let's celebrate greatness. Let's celebrate this superstar for all he's doing. I want to see the 111 coming in. I want to see the 111 coming in. If you want to see Xavier on the call next week, doing same thing, analyzing the market, let me see the 111 coming in. Okay, great. Xavier, you can see the 111 coming in.
Yes,
You can see the 111 coming in. So they are
yes.
super excited with what you're doing. They want to see more of you next week. Same time, same Zoom link. Guys, make sure you trade carefully. You can see that we have a lot of high impact news. Trade carefully. Don't let the market meet your conditions before you take trades. To celebrate each and every one of you on the call tonight. Let's have a peaceful week. See you guys all on the call next week. Bye for now. Good night, everyone. Bye.
Good night. Good night.